welcome to Lesson 9 of Speed Puzzling 101 Tips and Tricks. Quick speed puzzling lessons in mostly under 10 minutes. Today's lesson is on packing for a speed puzzle competition. What you actually bring in the bag you'll bring to the event will vary depending on how long the event is, if you're able to leave the venue and come back, how many events you're participating in, and a few other factors. I'll be doing an extreme version of packing. On most days, I will bring less than what I will show here, but it's good to be sometimes overprepared, or this is just an example of what you may consider to bring to your speed puzzling events. You want to be as prepared as possible, so bring as much as you can while also keeping in mind space is always something to consider. And that's just not space on top of the table, but also around you. You want to use as little space under the table. You don't want to have stuff on the back of your chairs if you can help it. People are moving around, so you just want to be conscious of how much space you're using, whether it's on the table, the ground, and everywhere else. It's also important to consider if you're traveling overnight and it's not easy for you to return home to get anything you may have forgotten. For those of you traveling internationally to events such as Worlds, this may be even more applicable to you and to me. All right, so what are the necessities that you need to bring? Let's start packing. When you are packing for a puzzle competition, you want to try to get everything into a single bag. If you are someone like me who does tend to overpack at times, or you carry a purse or a satchel or something else like that, if it doesn't go in the main bag, try to leave it at home as much as possible. The less you bring, the less you're going to be taking up space in the competition area. The bag I have here has multiple pockets, some secret pockets as well for more personal items, which I'll talk about in a second, but there's tons of space in here to fit everything I'll need for a day of puzzling. As I go through this is going to be an extreme version of packing for a very long competition over the course of either a day or 2 days, but you want to try to bring as much as you can in one bag, so you're not having to keep either going back home if you don't have an option to do that, but yeah, as much as you can into one single bag. So what will I include in this bag? I'll pack it as I go. First thing is obviously the bag. The next thing you want to bring is some sort of identification if you are traveling abroad or if you are local, whether it's a driver's license, a passport if you're abroad, 2 passports if you're having an identity crisis like I am. Just make sure you bring those with you. Make sure there's a pocket somewhere inside of the bag that's somewhat secret so you can hide those away. Other ID, money as well as something that you'll need to bring, whether it's cash or cards, depending on the competition you are at. Sometimes you can only use cash, so make sure you have both options. A lot of puzzle competitions are in remote locations where internet might go out. If internet goes out, debits, tap, Apple Pay, all that stuff may go with it. So if you have cash as a backup, that is good to have as well. Into the bag that goes. Next thing that you will want to consider bringing if you're there for a long period of time, especially if you're doing multiple events in the same day, are snacks to keep you energized. My go-to tends to be things that are quick and easy to make. So I will bring sandwiches, usually just peanut butter, nothing that needs to be refrigerated. That will go into the bag as well. Fruit, bananas are easy. Potassium is always good to help with the muscles, cramping over the course of the day. Other easy fruits, oranges, grapes for those energy boosts are good to have too. And then quick snacks as well. Somewhat healthy granola bars. The Made Good bars are my favorite. This is not an ad, but they're nice and easy and taste good as well. So those will go into the bag. You always want to make sure you have fluids. So I only tend to drink water on these types of occasions. I'm not someone who drinks caffeine or Red Bulls or teas or something like that on competition days. So water is all I will need. You want to make sure it's in a easy to sealable container and a reasonable size as well. You don't want something that's going to twist on and off, as if you have to take a drink during a round, that's just going to be wasting time. You may not get it on properly. So something that opens up easy and closes easy is exactly what you want. This is also about maintaining space as well. This is a nice easy size, 1 liter. That should be enough. I can refill it. If you're bringing those 64-ounce massive Stanley mugs, whatever they might be, that's too much. Leave those at home. Also tend to try to avoid glass bottles. Anything that can break, just try to stay away from it. Nice, easy, refillable water bottle is good to have into the bag. After that, probably one of the most important things, especially if you're working with a team or a partner and you've made plans in advance, you want to bring the outfits that you'll be wearing as well if you're going to be changing shirts. So if I was packing for a full day, like I would be for Worlds, and I have every event on the same day, which isn't the case, this is extreme, I would have to bring my Team Canada shirt into the bag. I would need to bring my individual shirt that I'm currently wearing, but maybe bring an extra as well. That will go into the bag. My partner shirt that I'll be wearing at Worlds with the beaver on it into the bag. And finally, my team shirt as well will go in there. Definitely make sure you have those. You don't want to be the lone team person out, especially if you made arrangements before to all look the same and to look like a team. Make sure you have those. Also consider bringing a long sleeve shirt as well. So I will have a long sleeve shirt just in case. When it comes to the long sleeve shirts, you want something that will be warm enough for you, but you also don't want it to be too baggy around the wrists in particular. You don't want it hitting pieces on the table and knocking things over. Other than that, just wear something that you're comfortable with. Ideally, you have practiced in this already beforehand. It's not the first time you're wearing something. So you want to make sure that the outfit can stretch along with you. It's going to be comfortable for you, whether it's baggy, tight, whatever it might be. Wear whatever you feel comfortable in. No one should be telling you what to wear or what not to wear. Just make sure it's not going to interfere with your puzzling ability or your teammate's puzzling ability, partner, if you are working with somebody else. Next thing, onto the actual some sort of puzzle things. You will need to bring, or try to bring, a puzzle top holder. Mine is the Eurographics one. I like it because it easily folds up, takes up very little space. There are plenty of other ones available online. So just pick one that is right for you. Nice and easy, into the bag. The next thing you want to make sure that you pack, this doesn't apply to everybody, but it definitely applies to some people, is to make sure you bring glasses if you wear them, and the correct glasses for whatever it is that you are puzzling for. So it doesn't really apply to me, but this is a good reminder. Just make sure you bring your glasses and whatever goes along with that, whether it's lens cleaner, microfiber, cloth to clean them. Just make sure you have that as well into the bag. From there, you might want to consider other personal care items, especially if it's a very long day. So some things you may want to include would be hand lotion, Kleenex, depending on where you are. This definitely applies to me. Allergy pills are good to have. If you are someone that might cramp or get back pain a fair bit, consider bringing medication, pain pills as well. Lip balm is a good thing to have too. You want to be considerate of the people around you as well. So make sure, put on in the morning, but also bring extra with you. Deodorant is a good thing to have, as well as something to keep your breath nice and smelling good. Finally, these are busy places. A lot of people milling around. If you want to be extra safe, you can also consider bringing hand sanitizer, is good to have, and even masks as well to wear in these large public spaces. Into the bag they go. Right. Continuing on, you may also want to consider bringing plastic bags to put your puzzles in when you are done, or the puzzle pieces in when you're done. You don't want to lose pieces of these brand new puzzles that you've gotten. I always tend to forget these. I've definitely already packed them for my trip to Worlds. They are good to go this time, but I have enough plastic bags to last me for as many rounds as I may need. There we go. The next item is something that, again, you may want to consider bringing. Definitely check the rules of whatever competition you are a part of. Some will explicitly say this is not allowed. Some won't, but just be careful with what you decide to do. And that is bringing some sort of cutting tool. I tend to bring a plastic knife with me, just in case those boxes aren't open. I have seen in the past where the stickers have not been taken off, and that can delay your time. No, they don't give you time back if that's the case for you in most competitions. So a nice plastic knife is something I bring. There's no need to bring an X-Acto knife or a switchblade or anything else like that. Just something that's super easy to cut through. It could even be a car key or a house key or something else like that, but something nice and easy to keep in your pocket. Depending on what your puzzling style is, if you're working for teams or with your partner, you may want to consider bringing trays as well. So puzzling trays in there. I have my puzzling tray here, white on one side, black on the other side, just depending on the type of puzzle I may have. That's easy to bring with me as well. Coordinate with your team. Also check to make sure that puzzling trays are allowed, what size they can be. If you're going to Worlds, different sizes for different rounds, so double check that you fall within the correct category. For some of you, you may bring headphones. I have earbuds that I wear for most of the competitions just to keep noise out. You may listen to music. I probably will be at Worlds just to stay, not to get distracted by all the stuff that's going on around me. So, and make sure they're charged, especially if they're wireless. Into the bag they go. From there, that's pretty much what most people will need for a puzzling competition. You may be someone that is looking to get a little bit more out of this in terms of your experiences, more than just the puzzling itself. You may want to record, take pictures, whatever that might be. So you may have a few other things that you want to put into the bag. So something that you may want to consider is bringing a camera holder or phone holder, whatever that might be. I have a few examples here that you can bring, or ones that you should avoid bringing. So you need to be aware of the space that is on your table at all times. Most competitions will not let you bring anything that goes onto the floor. So anything that stands beside you, that will be out. So not an option. I also have two tabletop holders. The problem with these potentially are that, one, they do take up more space on the table, which is taking away from where I can puzzle. If you are working at a larger table, something like this might be okay, but for most competitions, especially on the individual, these might be something that you want to avoid. Finally, ones that go on the side, this is all rolled up at the moment, but something that attaches to the side of the table takes up very, very little space of the table. You can change it depending on where you want it around as well. This is something that I would definitely consider if you want to record. It goes up high enough for those good overhead shots as well. So again, into the bag, that can go. From there, you may want to also consider bringing a charger. If you're doing international competitions, bring a converter as well. If you're going to be recording for a full day, an extra phone is always possible. Battery packs to recharge these phones as well if you don't have easy access to outlets. It can be a very long day. If you only have one event or two events, maybe you're fine, but it's always good to be safe. The more unique things at this point, this is pretty much what I would have depending on the day. You may, if you're recording and you want extra information, you may bring your timer as well. That's completely up to you. Again, I don't personally recommend it because if it's on the table, that will be taking up some space as well. Every inch counts on the table. So unless you're absolute necessity or you are working at a very large table where you have tons of extra space, maybe consider leaving this at home. But if you do want to bring it, obviously feel free to do that. Finally, if you have any more space in the bag, again, you may want to consider bringing some practice puzzles. So it could be a nice small one, like 100 pieces. It could be a 500-piece puzzle. Finding a space to actually do this at a large event will be the main challenge. So it may not be something that you want to bring, but if you do think you may have the opportunity to warm up and do a practice puzzle, or you're just bored and want to do some puzzling, consider bringing an extra puzzle. I've taken the 500 out of the box for obvious reasons, just to save some space inside the bag. I know the image well enough. It's not a new puzzle, but see if it can fit into your bag. 100-piece puzzle can go in. The 500-piece puzzle can go in as well. And that is everything that I would need for an extreme day of puzzling at a competition. Everything fits into one bag. This will fit easy underneath the table in front of me. It's not going to bother my teammates if we all have a bag similar to this size. It's not going to bother a partner if I have it. It's not going to go into somebody else's space either. So if you can fit into one nice easy bag like this, you are good to go. Pack what you know you'll need. The bag should be able to fit comfortably under the table in front of you and slightly off to the side. You want to minimize the distractions for yourself and everyone else around you. That is it for lesson 9 of Speed Puzzling 101, Tips and Tricks. If you are attending Worlds, good luck, and maybe I will see you there. Click like if you enjoyed it. If you have a suggestion or a question, leave a comment below, and make sure to click subscribe so you're always staying up to date with what I post on this channel. Over the next few weeks, the focus will continue to be on Worlds and speed puzzling competitions in particular. But I will still be posting Speed Puzzling 101 lessons. So that is it for today. Class dismissed. And as always, happy puzzling. Bye.